After dozens of witnesses, countless hours of testimony, and hundreds of pieces of evidence, the state is expected to rest its case this afternoon. This is day 20 of the Alex Murdaugh double murder trial, and we continue our team coverage at the Collin County Courthouse with Ann McGill and Blair Sable in Walterboro to explain how the state made sure the jurors could digest all of the information they've heard so far. We'll start with Ann.
Well, Raphael, the state's final witness today and for this case was a SLED agent, and he presented detailed tech information that the state obtained very recently. It portrays minute by minute information about the vehicle that Alex Murdaugh was driving the day of the murders. Now, using data presented throughout the past 4 weeks of the trial, the state painted a big picture of that day, June 7th, 2021. And today it added a whole new layer of details. Blair Sable joining me now live. And Blair, how did that last minute data help the prosecution to make its point?
Yeah, and we've heard hours of tedious testimony over these last few weeks, and the jury has had to sit through it all, but today it really paid off for the state. And this new information that prosecution only got just this past weekend was really the cherry on top of a mountain of circumstantial evidence. Agent Peter Radowski, he took the stand today, and he was able to synthesize the data from Alex Murdaugh's 2021 Chevy Suburban. It included information that showed his movements on June 7th down to location and speed. Well, the data showed that he was speeding much faster while leaving Moselle just after 9 p.m. to his mother's house and back, reaching top speeds upwards of 70 and 80 miles per hour than when he was heading to work earlier that same day.
Would you at night, or did you ever at night, on the roads as they existed at the time of June 7th, 2021, run in code with your lights on, run 80 miles an hour down that road?
I would not, no.
And why not? Tell the jury why not.
Due to the time of night, the heavy deer population out there, as everyone could probably see, and then also the road conditions. The road was, was a lot of potholes.
Was the defendant's top speeds on both the trip to and from Alameda in excess of any max speed in his trips previous in the day?
That'd be correct.
Well, Murdaugh also took the same road to Alameda where Maggie's phone was found in the brushes. And the records that the records show that Murdaugh passed the area around 9:08 p.m. and he sped up afterwards, although the defense during cross-examination did try to argue that while the phone was maybe thrown out, that at the time Alex Murdaugh's speeds were gently accelerating, indicating that he didn't slow down to possibly throw a phone. And I want to go back to that new information that they had gotten last week. The records show that when Murdaugh returns home, he dialed 911 just 17 seconds after his car pulls up to the kennels. And
all right, thank you, Blair. Now, something to note here. Murdaugh had told officials that he had checked the pulse on both Maggie and Paul before he called 911. But as we just heard Blair say, those data records show that he called 911 just within seconds of pulling up to those kennels. Now, we are about to hear the prosecution rest its case here shortly. Radowski, the SLED agent that Blair spoke of, he was the state's final witness for its case. The state was taking a brief recess just as we came on air here. It's just wanting to double check some things, tie up some loose ends. But once it comes back into court session this afternoon, it is expected to formally rest its case, and then it will be the defense's turn. Reporting live outside of the Collin County Courthouse in Walterboro, Ann McGill, Live 5 News.